Folks at home, welcome to Tank Tuesday. We got Bonnie and Clyde hanging out over here on this side of the tank. We got Sheriff right here in the middle, and we got Larry the Lobster chilling up under the stump down there. And in today's video, we're going to test out a Hydrowave. We're going to test out some bait cloud and some other scents and products that a lot of fishermen use. But first, let's go check in on our newest little pet, Moby. Alright, this is our 55-gallon tank and the newest member of the family, Moby. Check him out. This little guy, I've got two words to describe him: aggressive and friendly. I love it. Every time I come up to the tank, he swims right up to me and says hello. He is not shy at all. We had to pull him out with a net the other day to get a anchor worm off of him. We dropped him back in and he was right back to normal. It's like it didn't faze him at all. I've never seen a fish that was so friendly. He'll follow you around. He'll eat as much as you can feed him. He's really aggressive. We'll show you some feeding clips here in a minute with him, as well as our other fish. But first, we are going to get to testing out some products that a lot of common fishermen use. So one of the coolest parts about having this tank is being able to observe these fish, watch them every day, you know, how their patterns and behaviors change throughout the day, and also testing out products that we use out there, you know, everyday fishing. And in this video, we're going to test out the Hydrowave first. So here we've got some of the products that you guys have suggested that we test. We have the Hydrowave right here that puts off the bait emitting sounds like threadfin shad and also bass chasing shad around. We also have a new product that came out called the bait cloud. It's a ball that you drop down in the water and it's supposed to create bubbles, create this smell that just really gets fish excited. So we're going to test that out. And then I've also got some other scents. We got Liquid Mayhem, Hot Sauce, and Mega Strike, so we may test those out as well. So if you're not familiar with it, this is the Hydrowave unit. That's what goes on your boat. This is the speaker that goes under your trolling motor down in the water. That's what we're going to put in the fish tank. And then I've just got a 12-volt battery here that so I can power it up. And if you're not familiar with what a Hydrowave is, it basically puts off these sounds of either fleeing bait fish or schooling bait fish, or even in some cases bass attacking bait fish. And these people have pre-recorded these sounds and they've put them inside of the Hydrowave on these chips, so you can go through and, depending on your scenario while you're out there on the water, you can play all these different sounds, and what you're trying to do is trigger the fish to think that other fish around them are eating, and then it'll put them in that feeding frenzy mode. Alright, so I want you to hear one of the recorded sounds and kind of play what is going to be playing through this speaker. So we're about to play Frenzy Shad now. So that'll kind of give you an idea of what they're hearing under the water. And as I'm playing each different mode in the tank, I'm going to also play you some audio so you can hear what the fish are hearing up underwater. Alright, so before we run these tests, I'm going to show you a couple things that I've learned over, you know, just having these fish for a year now. That where Bonnie is sitting right there, that's Bonnie's typical spot that she always sits at. Sheriff, he kind of roams throughout the middle of the tank, and Clyde has been hiding in some bushes over here until it's feeding time. Another thing that I've really noticed, see, I'm standing right in front of them, they think it's feeding time. Look at that top dorsal fin standing up right there. That's whenever they think they're about to eat. That fin pops up and that shows that they're really hungry and they're aggressive and they're about to start eating. So let's see if we can see Clyde back there. You probably can't see it, but his top fin won't be up right now. So whenever they're just relaxed and hanging out, that fin will go down like it is right now on her. So I'm interested to see if they come up and they're alert and these sounds actually make them think that it's about to be feeding time. Alright, I'm going to show you how we're going to set this up. I'm going to be on the other side of the wall, that way they can't see us. And then I've got the speaker hanging right there. You can see the little speaker side of it right there. It's just going to be hanging at the top right of the tank. Alright, this is passive shad. And next up is schooling shad. And next up is fleeing shad. Alright, this is Frenzy Shad. Alright, this is Shiner Panic. Alright, that's going to wrap up that test. The one thing I will say is that the Hydrowave definitely got them out of their typical just hiding spots down there and got them up and moving, and it even kind of seemed like somewhat a little bit aggressive, you know, got that fin up on the top and looked like it may have got them in a little feeding mode. Alright, Moby's kind of swimming around like he's a little bit hungry. Time to feed him a worm. Alright, we got a lively wiggler here. Look at how fast he's moving. He looks really hungry. Yep. Ooh, let's see if we can hand feed him. Oh, let's go. Man, that was quick. Alright, while I was getting that worm, he was popping stuff at the top, so about to drop one in and get it from the lower view, make sure we can watch this. Let's just throw it there. Man, he eats them up quick. I'm gonna try the overhead view again. That is unreal. He just splashed me. Look at him. That is unbelievable. Eating 3 worms at his size and splashing the camera. We haven't had him but almost 2 weeks, and he's already, you can already hand feed him worms. That is unbelievable. Yep, Moby, I think you gained an ounce tonight. Alright, next up we're going to test out the bait cloud, and these are little balls that you put down in the water, and they have scent, sound, and visual attractants, it says, that will bring bass into you, and it's irresistible. So I've heard bad things about these. I've never tried it myself, never opened this, so I'm going to open it up, drop one of them in there. I'm not going to give it long because I don't know what they're made of, so I don't want to leave them in there for too long. Alright, that's what it looks like. Current status of the fish. Bonnie and Sheriff right here in the middle, Clyde down there. Let's drop it in right here in the middle and see what happens. Wow, that thing does put off some smoke. Sheriff's a little interested maybe. The rest of them, Clyde's got his top fin up, so he might be a little, somewhat intrigued. No, he said, I'm out of here. Man, that thing, that's incredible. They don't look happy with it at all. I'm fixing to get it out of there. I don't know what to think about that. Bait cloud, inconclusive results. It clouded up the tank a little bit. Fish seemed a little bit skittish, not too happy. So, no more testing with the bait cloud. The one cool thing that I did see in it is you see all these glitter particles. That's exactly what it looks like right after a bass eats a minnow. He descales it and puffs out all that glitter, as you've probably seen in some of our previous videos. That had that in it, and I didn't really know what was going on. I thought they may have just stirred some scales up, but that had it in it. So I could see how they could visually think that there were some fish that had just been eaten, because that's exactly what I thought whenever I first saw it. Alright, I have a few more scents that I wanted to test today, but I think I'm going to hold off and test them in the next video. My idea was to either find a fishing lure that we could drop down in the tank, something by itself that they wouldn't eat, and then add the scent to it and see if that would make them eat it, or to possibly put 2 of the same lures down in the tank, one of them with the scent on it and one without, and see if the scent made them bite or hold on to it for longer. But you guys leave comments down below if you're interested in seeing these different types of scents and seeing how the fish react to it and kind of how you think we ought to test them. But now we're going to roll through some of the questions from last Tank Tuesday's video, as well as some of the feeding clips from this last week. First question comes from Mason Taylor. How many times a week do you do a water change in your 300? We do it once a week. Next question comes from Obates MC. Can we see Bonnie and Clyde eat shrimp again? I actually just stopped by the bait store the other day to see if he had shrimp in, and he does, so that is something you'll be seeing here in an upcoming video. Next question comes from Emmett Klett. Bonnie got huge. How much does she weigh now? I'd say she's less than 2 pounds. I'd say probably a pound and 3/4, pound and 12 ounces. Next question comes from Wellborn Adventures. Do you ever go hunting for anything? And what football and basketball teams do you like? Yes, we go hunting, and this year I may do some hunting videos. Let me know if you're interested in that. Also, Liz and I both graduated from the University of Alabama. Roll Tide. Next question comes from Too Many Choices. I would like to see a different type of feeder. They're accustomed to seeing the net and knowing when the food's coming. Can you place the minnows into something that can be opened after it's submerged and then release the minnows underwater when the fish are unaware? That's a good idea. I've already talked to Liz about it. We're going to try to build something that way we can put it down in there in the tank, and it'll have a trap door on it. Maybe 30 minutes later we can open it up to kind of see a more natural feeding scene. Alright, and last question comes from Ethan Downey. How do you get your pet bass to eat in front of you with a light on? Because mine will only eat if the light's off or if they're just really hungry. Well, ours were shy for the first few weeks. Bonnie and Clyde would only eat at night, but eventually they'll get to where they're not as shy and they'll eat any time of the day. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can join in with us every Tuesday and watch these fish. And we will see you all next week.
Bonnie and Clyde were pretty looking people, but I can tell you people, they were the devil's children.